This boy Owen has no friends and normally keeps to himself. He's also being bullied at school and lives a dreary existence. At home, Owen's parents are in the process of a nasty divorce, and Owen is often left to eat alone and amuse himself by playing alone in his room. Late one night, he meets Abby, who has moved in next door with her father. She doesn't say much about herself and doesn't go to school. The next day at school, Owen is picked on as usual by three older boys. Out of fear, wimpy Owen doesn't fight back, even though they give him a wedgie, causing him to urinate on himself. That evening, as he sits in the courtyard rehearsing knife attacks on his tormentors, he notices the new girl, Abby, watching him. She's not very friendly and tells him right off that they can't be friends. The next evening, Abby and Owen run into each other again in the courtyard. Once again, he notices that Abby is not wearing shoes. Owen shares with her his Rubik's Cube and shows her how to work it. After Owen has gone inside, Abby goes under a bridge. When a man walks by, she feigns falling and asks him to help her. The man picks her up, intending to carry her to her home. Suddenly, Abby latches onto him and bites his neck. Turns out that Abby is a vampire. The next day at school, Owen is confronted in the lavatory by his bullies, and he is hit with a metal antenna, raising a gash on his left cheek. That evening, Owen meets with Abby as usual in the apartment courtyard. When she sees the band-aid on Owen's cheek, he tells her the truth about what happened. She warns him that he must hit them back hard and then they'll stop. Later, he takes Abby to an arcade to play Miss Pac-Man. He offers her a candy bar. At first, she refuses, then she tries one. When Owen finds her heaving on the sidewalk, he hugs her. Abby asks him whether or not he would still like her if she wasn't a girl. "I guess so," Owen replies, not quite understanding what Abby is asking. The next night, Abby returns from hunting and taps on Owen's bedroom window, asking to be let in. Owen is almost asleep, but he tells her to come in. Abby removes her bloody clothes and crawls into bed with him. Owen asks her whether she'd like to go steady with him, and Abby replies, "I'm not a girl." That doesn't seem to bother Owen, so they decide to go steady. The next morning, Abby returns to her own apartment, but she leaves a note for Owen that reads, "I must be gone and live, or stay and die." Later that afternoon, after school is out, Owen brings Abby to a secret room in the basement of the apartment building. When Abby asks why they're there, Owen pulls out a knife and cuts his finger, offering to mix blood with her. Watching Owen's blood drip on the floor, Abby can no longer stand the hunger, and she falls to the floor and begins to lap up Owen's blood. She finally transforms into her true vampire image with white cataract eyes, unappealing facial warts, and sharp teeth. Abby hisses at Owen to go away. When he doesn't, she runs off herself. Owen has figured out that Abby is a vampire and confronts her at her apartment that evening. When he asks her if she is a vampire, she only replies, "I need blood to live." Concerned about what she might do to him, Owen goes home. Later, Abby knocks on the door. She requests to be invited in, but Owen stalls. He asks her what would happen if he didn't invite her. Silently, Abby walks in uninvited. Almost immediately, her skin begins to bleed. Owen quickly invites her in and gives her a hug. After showering, Abby changes into one of his mother's old dresses. When Owen's mom unexpectedly comes home, Abby immediately scampers across the window from Owen's apartment to hers.